Well, hi there, racing fans, and welcome to another edition of Winning Ways, where we've got a fantastic program on the go. Just before Christmas, we're going to be chatting to Chook. For those of you who don't know who Chook is, Rowena Smith from Australia. Smith's a good Australian name. And Rowena, Magic Millions, she's the representative, and you obviously have a lot to do with her. She's a
wonderful person.
Great girl.
She worked for Ozhorse. She knows the industry backwards. She's on Magic Millions now, and she's well worth listening to, and a wonderful person to deal with.
And obviously, you know, this is leading up to the Magic Million sale, which is the 11th to the, I think, 17th of January. Yeah. We've shown the catalogue, and certainly well worth a little visit to if you want to go and buy a decent Australian horse. We'll be showing you what we think is a really decent Australian horse later on in the show. But let's go and talk about... nothing happened this weekend of any note.
You know, James, I just had a look at ourselves on TV. We both need a haircut badly. I look like Gary Glitter.
The difference is that you're so happy to have hair because it's grown, and me, I can't afford one.
You look like Warren Beatty before the stroke. I look like Gary Glitter in his heyday. We've got to do something.
I would love to look like Warren Beatty, I'm telling you, before or after the stroke.
You're selling yourself short,
I'd like to look like Warren Beatty. Gee, can you imagine what fun I would have had in my time?
Well, I tell you who's not having fun is Arsene Wenger.
Yeah. Who?
The Arsenal boy.
I'm sorry, I was in
time. Have you given up on them?
I missed the whole weekend soccer. What happened? Is there anything interesting?
They scored early, Lani. and
who scored early? Manchester City.
Man City scored later. Arsenal 1-0 up and 2-1 down. They got beat in one of the big games.
2 offside calls.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's not fair.
No, I agree with you. They've got to go to the...
And at the end of the day, Arsenal are their own worst enemies, as I've said before on the show. Yeah. You cannot have 2 shots on goal in the second half of the game when you win leading 1-0 up.
But
there
I do
is
agree
no
with you, James.
possible way you can play
do you know
that.
They're starting to use the technology, they're taking it a step further now.
Goal line technology is great.
They're going beyond that now.
Yeah.
They're calling offsides and that. And
well, that was...
I agree with you. The first goal was definitely offside.
Makes a huge difference.
Huge difference, yeah. Spurs keep rolling on. They had to I felt these 2 games, Hull and Burnley during the week. Chelsea, they lose their striker now, James, because he's got his 5th yellow card. Will it dent them, or are they just too efficient?
They certainly look like they've got depth.
Yeah.
And but I was impressed with Guardiola. I think that he's a great manager, and I think Manchester City came back all right. They scored off maybe 2 offside goals, but the point is he just looks like he's got it all together on the touchline. Yeah. Whereas our man Wenger, I think he's too old to get out of the chair.
Okay, how about Mourinho?
Unless he's got to say something to the 4th official. Mourinho should stand in the grandstand.
Mourinho's turned them around.
Yeah, no, he should stand in the grandstand. Look, he can turn them around against the opposition he's playing against. Watch when he starts playing the good opposition.
Okay, so you're still not a Man United fan?
Nah, Man United, please, man.
Not for you.
I'd rather be with
Liverpool, Everton tonight. The derby is always close.
Yeah, it will be fun. But you'd rather watch Winning Ways. It's going to be much more fun watching Winning Ways.
What about the 3 to follow?
Remember, you can watch Winning Ways until that game starts, and then you can cross over. But don't cross over before then. 3 to follow? Yep. So we're going to have a look. We've got 3 very nice ones to follow.
And they are off in the Travers. Flower Alley is the winner.
His dad, distorted humor, he's probably one of his best sons at stud.
I'll have another, wins the Derby. I'll have another in the Preakness.
Lilacs and Lace, 48 to 1, upset.
He's just a big, strong, leggy horse.
Right, let's go to the Vaal, and we're going to pick up one, the Vaal. Let's just see where it was. Race 4.
Seabean.
Seabean, yeah. Jeffrey Woodruff, the trainer for Drockenstein Stud, daughter philanthropist on the Vaal outside track, 1,400 meters. What a run this was. This is a very nice filly.
Chase Mazarin rides it in this debut. And it gets out the gate well. It's sort of, you'll see during the race, it loses his position out of greenness, and then he has to bring it for a run up the middle of the track. And just here, it just can't quite go them because the pace has been put on by Light Indigo. and that's showing good speed up there with Emily J. But you can see the blue silks of Drakenstein, still a little green. And Chase, who's riding well, James, has it off the speed.
He's done exceptionally well. This guy has done really well since he relocated to Joburg. He never got a chance in Durban, and he's really put his head down, and I take my hat off to him.
Good rider.
The winner here, Sun Sentinel, sitting about 5th. We picked this out as a horse to follow. He could have got 17 to 10 about this on Interbet, and it's in Mary Slack's colours. Actually, the Vulgabos, the Vulgabos colours.
Whose colours is it in?
Black with a red cap. That's Vulgabos, not Mary Slack.
Okay, there it is. The winner, as you can see. But look how far back. Third last here is the horse we found, Sea Bean. And Chase knows he's got a green horse, so he's taking it between horses. He's funny enough going after the eventual winner and favourite. The way it quickened up here suggests this horse has a lot of ability.
Absolutely, another stride or two she wins it, and she's now just starting to run on. Obviously the penny's about to drop, and then he changes stick to the left, which was a master stroke, and she really runs on well here. The winner goes to win it, gets up on the post to win it, but she runs on really nicely, this filly, and I think that, for a first timer, that was a superb run. Really well worth having.
James Philanthropist doing very well.
We've got some fabulous stallions.
Yeah,
in this
I
country,
agree. I agree.
Drakenstein got Philanthropist and Trippy,
superb.
And when you talk about VAR, Silvano, Dynasty. Yeah, there's horses.
My favourite, Judd Pot.
Judd Pot. Everyone's. My mate says he's a sleeping giant.
Yeah,
Judd Pot.
But Elusive Fort could be a sleeping giant.
Elusive Fort, I think.
No, we've got wonderful stallions here.
And then there's a whole lot of new ones coming. We've got Flower Alley. Just looking at the statistics, Flower Alley is in the top 100 stallions worldwide. Okay,
fantastic.
At this moment in time, horses like More Than Ready are, and those are champion stallions, are there with him in the same list of horses.
James, and there's a member in Seattle, a very good stallion. And what's the one of Highlands? Highlands got a very good stallion.
Highlands have got a lot of good stallions. There's Karari with
Karari's also I'm thinking
Main
of,
Chance, and
Karari, obviously Dynasty Silvano.
Path Fork, there's horses that are just.
There's some very good stallions.
And if we left someone out, please do us a favour.
There are just so many
We're
good
just
stallions.
Talking, okay? Because someone's going to say, "Why didn't you mention our horse?"
You forgot to talk about
I'll tell Ciel Amor, our man, he'll say that.
Van Ree.
Van Ree. Van will have us.
Yeah, they
why
always
mention my horse?
Always a bit dig. Okay. You buy a good horse.
Okay.
Well run.
Well done. Let's go and see Houston Rocket in Turfentine. This was a work riders race. Michael, as he had 3 in the race, he said categorically the favourite was the right horse and these other 2 couldn't live with it. Well, it shows you. Can never always be right. Michael knows what he's doing, but In a Million did not run his race.
Did not run his race. He was stretching out a bit in the trip, but the horse, the stablemate, he said would run well.
Yeah.
And it's an ideal world, James.
Yeah, ideal world. First time over 1800 metre. Tinus Kerriker bred him. Lovely guy. He's involved in the horse as well. Let's go and pick it up.
Yeah, here we can see it in Tinus's colours. It's debuting over 18. Michael has already spotted this horse once. A bit of ground. The grey on his outside runs a good race too, Payne's Grey, and the eventual winner is in our friend Lawrence Werner's colours, sort of 4 off the left, a horse called Brookie. And that wins. But keep an eye on this first time. It's called Houston Rockets by Ideal World, and it's ridden. I see the winning jockey is Goodman Dadamazi. Great name.
Well, Goodman's all champions, and he's one of those. He's one of those.
James, talk about the race.
Well, Brookie is sitting about 5th, 6th, bred by Maurice Fontaine. It's beautifully bred and beautifully named, actually, Brookie, because I think it was named after my aunt's ex-husband.
Was he a bookie?
Late husband.
Or was he a bookie?
Yeah, his name was Brookie.
Okay, the horse we found, don't forget, it's just in front of the grey, who runs 3rd. And this is Tinus Kerriker's horse, Houston Rocket. I like the way I picked it up. And James, for a debut horse, it nearly gets to this winner, Brookie.
Well, Brookie's in front of it. It's behind Brookie at the moment. And watch how Brookie canters up to them under champion jockey Goodman hands. And the second horse now is starting to chase.
That's Jackson Gwingwizi,
Yeah.
and he's realised he's ridden a good race too. He's given this horse a chance. He knows this is his debut, but Goodman's gone.
Yeah, he's 3 lengths clear.
He's
now.
3 lengths clear. Look how close it is at the finish.
Well, it really runs on nicely, and I think that this horse over a bit of ground. Obviously, he's a nice staying type by Ideal World, which is what you'd expect. Really good run. He starts getting to Brookie now. Brookie's gone early and now calling for the post. He's a progressive maiden, but the second horse ran a cracking good race. And you've got to think that next time he runs, he'd be right there in the firing line. The third one, we seldom pick first timers to follow horses that win first time out, but this one we think is very good, and there's a story to him. So let's go and see Kenilworth, the juvenile race, Sir Frenchie. A really good win from this one.
Yeah, the talk was Warriors Vest and Sir Frenchie. Sir Frenchie's in Bram van Hastings colours down the inside with Pierce Stratum. It's very quickly lost, and these baby dashes you have to get going, because the Warriors Best, who was the talk after Sean Terry had won a juvenile race the other day in Cape Town, this horse looked to be very fast. But have a look at Sir Frenchie, named by Bram's daughter. I believe a Frenchie is a jeweler or something.
Yeah, jeweler. Yeah,
a jeweler. So it's, as you can see, Stratum's waiting and off the pace, and a lot of quick horses here, James. They're all trying to get a blown, but I love the way this horse accelerated.
Yeah, he quickens up in a matter of 3 or 4 strides here to get to the front horses, and looks like he's a horse filled with talent. When horses quicken up this well, he's got to be good. But just as an aside, did you not buy this horse? I thought you purchased this horse at Adelaide.
I did. I bought him in Adelaide with Billy Henderson. Billy came down to sales with me and said, let's buy one. I bought this horse, and it came back here when they wanted to run it in the million.
Well, yet another cracker you bought. I think you bought them Goldie Coast as well.
Yeah, that's
on
right.
my recommendation,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you know what? At least it's a team effort, and that's what it's all about, and it just shows you.
This is a very good horse,
This
James.
is a good horse.
It's a beautifully bred. It's the most I've ever paid for a horse.
Yeah.
Well, Bill Henderson's ever paid, and Brahm as well coming into him. And I really love this horse.
He was one of the picks. I remember we walked that sales ring, left, right, centre, up and down to find
Nutty
a decent horse.
Brian Nut bred him.
From Atatunga.
Yeah, and he said to me, this horse will fetch 100,000, and luckily it didn't. And Bill was determined to get it. He's a very determined man, and I'm pleased he was there to see it win.
Yeah.
But I think Justin's got to phone me up and say, listen, Lev, you've got to buy me my overseas horse. I bought him Zodiac Ruler, his Guineas runner. I bought him Lineker, won the $2 million race.
I think
I bought him this.
Yeah, you'll be on the books now. You and Jose Mourinho will be on the books of Justin Snake. Okay, on the Snake
but
Racing.
Keep an eye on this horse. I think it's a very good horse, Sir Frenchie.
Very, very good horse. Let's go and have a look at the blast from the past. We've got the Lamarons Queen's Plate, and that's something to look forward to in the new year, first week of the new year. My goodness gracious, Lamarons Day sets the whole of Cape alight, and let's go and see what happened last year.
Gates are open, soft falling rain, pulling clear, soft falling rains, won the SA Nursery by 3.
Racing in the 2,000 guineas. Gates fly and they're racing in the Godolphin Mile.
They're off and racing.
Weight didn't matter. Class tells, soft falling rain, much too good. Soft falling rain, an impressive guineas winner. Soft falling rain is drawing clear.
He's made it 7 out of 7 by winning here today.
But it's soft falling rain who is powering away. We'll see out the mile in style. A high-class performer wins the Nay of Joel Stakes.
Continue on his championship ways.
A straight line, ready to go at the 1600. All clear. Racing in the Lamarong Queen's Plate, and Fajira was just a little bit slow to go. Paterfamilias dropped back shortly after the start. The 3-year-old King Vault began the quickest. Ashton Park is pushing past him on the outside. Then comes Talina, who's moving up on the outside of Legislate, who's racing on the heels of the Eddie Speed in those blue colours, and he's settling to race about 3 lengths off the leader. At his girth, we find Louis the King. Then it's Gold Onyx Jet Explorer. Paterfamilia's back, 1 from last, and Fajira is racing at the end of a compact field. I'd say 9-10 lengths cover there. them with 1,000 metres left to go. Ashton Park has found the lead. Talina has gone up to race at his girth in second. And neck away on the inside comes the 3-year-old King Vault, White Sleeves and Cap. Louis the King and Legislate. Those two are side by side, and they're going to corner 4 lengths off the leader. Jet Explorer, Gold Onyx, then comes Futura, and Paterfamilias is last to swing in the Lomarock Queen's Plate with 600 metres left to go. They're all coming up the outside. Ashton Park leads them into the home straight as they flatten for the run to the judge. Talina is in second. Look towards the inside. The sponsors Blue of Legislate. He's still under a tight hold and he's starting to move into contention. King Vault is between runners. Louis the King is still 2 lengths off the leader. Futura's getting going along the inside. Stand side, it's Ashton Park. Legislate has come under a ride. Futura gets driven into the lead with 100 metres left to go. Ashton Park, Louis the King over the top. He's wearing down Futura, drawing to the judge. Futura beats Louis the King. Gold Onyx, Jet Explorer, Talina, Ashton Park, King Vault. Then came Legislate and Paterfamilias.
Well, no doubt about the dominance of Futura. Brett Crawford trained him at that stage, and he came from last to win this race.
Bernard Fade, a very good rider too. And James, just for the first, the second, the third, Legislate, they're all Group 1 winners. So 4 Group 1 winners in there. Talina was beaten a short head in the Group 1. King Vault ran third in the Group 1. This was a good field.
Absolutely. And with the way this horse Futura won it, you thought that the world was his oyster, but things changed. And he changed, so it was a pity because...
how many of them went to stud here, James?
Well, Louis the King's at stud, Futura's at stud.
Legislate,
you know, so we got
to
to wrap
it. Good to see. Okay.
Don't forget, Queen's Plate, Lauren's Queen's Plate, first week in January.
He's getting a whole lot closer on the right-hand side. Coming to the 300-meter marker, Mark My Card, Seattle Bell, Ladima's Princess. Here comes Tanami with a big run on the outside. Tanami, Seattle Bell come together. Nina Katrina, but Tanami now comes bounding home. Nina Katrina's on the inside, but Tanami with a sweeping run. It's all over. And Tanami, Vogue Idea. Tanami looked to get out of it close home, but just kept up to the task. Vogue Idea and Velvet Wind. Just when I said it's over for Tanami, she dug her toes in.
Well, this was early on, 6-1 on Interbet. It ended up 22-10 with the bookmakers. You could have got 3-1 at any stage about this filly. And we put it up because you had to have a bet. Lazan was on a 3-timer. It's her first 3-timer, and well done to her.
Very good training feat. well done to her. She had 3 winners in the day. Lazan and her husband Alex rode it, and as I said, they put the money down and the horse won, and well done to all them. But it's always a very difficult task to train 3 winners in the day, so well done to her.
Yeah, she's by Gitano Nando out of Key Dancing there. No, Lazan's not at all.
Tanami.
Tanami. And Justin Stud bred it, so nice to see it. I think it was for her family, so very nice for her, and congratulations, nice winner. And as we said, Christmas present for your husband, Interbet account would be very good because you get the best odds and he'll be able to buy you lots of presents back. So Gary, talking about Interbet, Gary Peer and Johnny are doing some adverts. Were you involved in the adverts for Interbet?
Oh yeah, no, I was there.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the end product.
Yeah. Do you think that yours will make sense?
Well, I'm completely a natural at these type of things. I thought you struggled a bit.
Struggled? I struggled like in that advert that we had when we were trying to catch a taxi. Do you remember?
Scale my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back on stage after about 7 years. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're back on stage, but we'll be back after this. We're going to go racing, and we'll be back with current affairs.
Yes. If you love soccer and you play the tote, you won't believe what Interbet has to offer you, or the excitement of tote betting on your computer or your cell phone. It's simple. Choose your teams and your bets, work out what your combinations will cost, see how big the pool is, and place your bets. You can even track your bet live as it happens and get updates on your progress. It's all the fun of the tote on your phone. So what are you waiting for? Sign up now at www.interbet.co.za and you could be a winner.
Right, well, the graduate of the week is Punta Cana. Made an impressive winning debut for owner Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum at Turfentine on Tuesday night. The 2-year-old colt was bred by Maritz Fontaine. Volgerbos partnership was 1.4 million rand buy from this year's national yearling sale. He's a son of last season champion South African sire Trippy out of the Fort Wood Fillies Guineas winner, daughter Remembrance. And it just shows you, Fort Wood's, he's some type of broodmare sire. And Trippy, well, as we were talking, you know.
Selling.
And this was another nice one for Sheikh Hamdan. We believe that he's a very, very nice horse, and hopefully he'll go and win some really nice races for them. We can move on and see what we've got in the news. And let's go Cape Town. We had a big meeting at Cape Town. It's like a build-up towards the Sun Met. And Sun International have come to the party. They now sponsor the Premier's Trophy, Grade 2. It's called the Sun Premier's Trophy. I think the Sun International are going to make a big difference to the Met. It's going to be whole completely rejuvenated.
Yeah, they're getting involved in this. They're getting involved in everything. I had a chat to Robbie Dollathan about it. Yeah, and he's very impressed with what they're doing. So it's every bit of sponsorship we can get. Well done to the guys for getting the sponsorship, because it helps the industry so much.
Yeah, well, it was Grand Parade Guineas Day. They like the opposition, but they all work together.
That's it. And again, it's nice to see he has to have a good day with the horses as well. Fantastic what he does with the children. There were crowds of kids there. They're really a big day for them, you know.
Yeah. Well, let's go and have a look at the first one of the 4 features, the Premier's Trophy, Grade 2. Let's go and pick them up at the 600-metre mark.
Find Prince of Wales. Icy Trail is also moving past that one on the outside. Further back we find a video. Then comes Boldrex, and Saint-Tropez sees them all as they corner for home with 650 metres left to go. Dynamic will bring the field for home. Graham Bambouli has moved up to his girth in second. On the inside running rail, it's Helderberg Blue. Then comes Prince of Wales. Boldrex in the red and white colours coming up the middle of video, and Saint-Tropez will have to come from the tail of the field as they flatten for the run to the judge. 400 metres left to go. Dynamic in front, trying to make each and every caller winning one. Being tackled by Icy Trail, and between runners we've got Graham Bambouli. Boldrex into the clear up the outside. Prince of Wales is also getting going. We're into the final 200, and Icy Trail has put his head in front. Boldrex is in hot pursuit. Prince of Wales gets going on the inside. Icy Trail, Graham Bambouli comes back for more. Icy Trail with his head in front. Icy Trail from Graham Bambouli. Boldrex and Prince of Wales.
Well, there we go. Icy Trail, I believe the first Group 2 winner for Candice since she's taken over from her father. Well done, Candice. You're certainly in the mould of your father. And Go Deputy was a very good day for Go Deputy. Icy Air, the mother, very good. Yeah. So the pedigree came through.
Absolutely, and it's Lammerskral bred and owned by the Finches, and nice to see them have a decent winner too. You know, they've been long-time patrons of Jay Ramsden, and it's got horses with nice a few trainers now. And Go Deputy had a very nice day.
He's really doing well, Go Deputy. Grant van Niekerk there. Boldrex, 3-year-old, good run, James.
Very good run from Boldrex. He looked like he got a bit sort of unbalanced going through the 200. Otherwise, I think he would have troubled the winner.
Okay.
But then we move on to the big one of the day, which is Grand Parade Cape Guineas. Now, the Cape Guineas is one of those races that you judge the 3-year-olds by. The best horses arrive in time. They all look like they're going to have a go. And interesting, the draw always seems to be a factor. I think the draw was a factor with Mike de Kock's horse. I don't think
I think it was a big factor with a lot of these horses. I saw a few horses couldn't get in, but that's racing. You've got to get luck of the draw, and it's a big field, James, so it's always a bit tough. You know, they're running 16 horses, and if you're drawn out 16 against good 3-year-olds, you need all the luck in the world.
Well, I thought that MJ Bielefeld gave this horse a cracking good ride.
Yeah.
And he won like a very, very decent horse. Table Bay, the companion as far as colours was concerned, looked like the right horse. Looked like we'd been prepped. He did
he ran a good race.
In the
he ran a good race.
Ran a great
he ran
race.
to his form. He's a beautifully bred Australian horse, and third in the Group 1, no complaints. Just talking before we look at the race, Vaughan Marshall's been an excellent trainer from day one. He wins national sprints, he wins Gold Cups. He's a very good trainer.
Top man, Vaughan. We had a great interview with him. If you want to go back in Winning Ways and you haven't seen it, go and have a look at our interview with Vaughan Marshall. Very interesting guy. He's won the Guineas apparently in 4 decades. It started in 1986 with Sea Warrior, I think was his first Guineas winner.
Yeah.
And
the 90s.
Then he won in 2000 with the big horse, Captain L. You know, he's the sire of this horse. And Captain L, I never can stop saying what a revelation he's been.
Well, John Costa will be the first to tell you it changed his life.
Yeah.
Changed his life.
I think changed Vaughan's life as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. John was committed to making this horse a stallion.
Yeah.
And they got together, and the rest, as I say, is history. This is another.
Been 8 times leading 2-year-old stallion.
He's
8
won
times in a
Met. He's
row.
shown Met winners, Guineas winners, the best sprinters around. He's just a great stallion.
And for Vaughan to have a winner of the Guineas by Captain L, well, that's got to be a real pat on the back, and he can push his chest out.
Yeah. Draw 15 to start. Draw 15 is a deep draw for the winner.
I thought this horse covered himself with glory the way he won it. I thought that it was tuned properly, prepared properly, ridden properly, and ended up winning. And he looked like the best horse in the race, the way he won it.
Thought for the runner-up, another excellent run by the Trippy Gold Standard.
Yeah.
He's a very smart horse. A lot of horses, as you say, were drawn and never really got a blow in, but the ones that got a blow in was a very good effort by the front 2.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought the front 2 looked like the 2 best horses in the race. You can go back and have a look at some of those that were drawn badly. I think that Edict and Nantes came from stone last.
That was a very good run.
That was a great run.
Very good run.
And Heavenly Blue was trapped wide.
The Derby horses, James, would you say Derby horses,
and
Africa Rising, a whole lot of them going to go Derby. It'll be very interesting.
The Derby is going to be a good race this year. Yeah. Investec Derby.
That's right. Let's have a look at this. This is the Group 1 Grand Parade, Colts Guineas.
Racing in the Grand Parade Cape Guineas from that 1600 metre mark, and Gunner was a little bit slow in the starter set go. Heavenly Blue from an outside stall is also tacking over, dropping back shortly after the break. Table Bay began the quickest, and that one is going off to set the pace. Elusive Path, the white cap, is in second. Africa Rising on the inside rail is in third. A length and a half behind that we find William Longsword, who's sitting on the outside of Gold Standard, and those two are settling 5 off the leader. 2 lengths further back we find Elevated, who's racing a half a length in front of Bishop's Bounty. Then comes Hack Green racing further back. Behind that in running we find Gunner, who's sitting on the inside running rail. On the move on the outside we got Zodiac Ruler, but doing it 3 deep. Next it's Craven, being followed by Pacific Spirit in the neon colours, easily a dozen lengths off that leader. Then comes Singapore Sting. I Travel Light is being followed by Heavenly Blue and Edict of Nantes, the 2 at the back, and they gonna corner 16 lengths off that leader as heads turn for home in the Grand Parade Cape Guineas. Table Bay is the one in front. Elusive Path is racing in second. Africa Rising on the inside is racing in third. Up the middle we find William Longsword. Then comes Gold Standard. Further back we got Elevated, Bishop's Bounty with 400 metres left to go. Craven is being produced up the outside. Then we find Singapore Sting, Edict of Nantes, deeper out. Table Bay is under the right-handed stick as William Longsword draws up and draws to the lead. Gold Standard is in hot pursuit up the outside. It's William Longsword with his head in front. He's taken the lead in the Guineas. Gold Standard is wearing him down with each and every stride. The post looming. William Longsword from Gold Standard. Table Bay, and then came Elevated.
Yeah, well done to Marcus and Ingrid Ewerster, and of course Derek Bruchman. They've a great race for them, first and third. They've got some really nice horses. James, you and I were watching the horses that were drawn badly, all had to pan out. And Michael de Kock's horse came from a long way back. Brett Crawford's horse came from a long way back. These are all Derby horses, James.
Absolutely. I think that the Derby, as we said earlier, will be fantastic race. Well done to Marcus and Ingrid. They're the third Guineas winner in the last 4 years.
That's very good.
Which is phenomenal.
Yeah, well done to them.
And, you know, it just is a really, really good race. And I think the best horse won the race. I don't think that when you look at the race, on the day, he was the right horse.
Yeah, he came from a deep draw.
Huge,
very good horse.
Kudos to our man Vaughan. Really well done, Vaughan. You did a wonderful job with this horse.
And James, it was a superb race, as you say, and bred by our boys Claversley.
Yeah, let's talk about his breeding, because he's got a very interesting pedigree, this horse. He's a half brother to Real Princess.
The top filly.
She's a trippy.
Yes.
Yeah, and she's a sprinter. 5'6" furlong filly.
Yes. Beautiful filly, James.
This is the family. He's out of a Fort Wood mare. Okay.
Yes.
And this is the family of Kelly and
they stayed a bit.
Victory Moon. Okay.
They stayed a bit.
Well, there you are. Kelly and Victory Moon.
So maybe this horse is a Derby horse.
And it just is a really, really good family. And I think Marcus raced the dam. Okay. So, you know, the tie-ups there.
Well done.
2.2 million rand. Interesting.
Claversley, James.
2.2 million rand yearling.
Yeah.
A second horse cost 725 or 750. The third horse cost $1.2 million. 120,000 Australian dollars. So the expensive horses came to the fore, which is always a good thing to see. You know, you want these guys who put big money down to get the rewards, and they got their rewards here. Good ride. Right, we're going to have a look at the next one, which was the Victress Stakes, Grade 3, and the young trainers came to the fore. There were 3 young trainers. The Vaughan kept us, the old boys, going, but 3 young trainers won the other 3 big races. Let's have a look at this.
Gap easily 10 lengths off that leader. Adorada sits further back. Behind that we got Nightingale back, one from last. And 2 lengths away at the tail of the field we find the pink and blue colours of Anglet, and that one's going to corner about 14 lengths off that leader as heads turn for home in the CTS Victress Stakes. 600 metres left to go, and in front it's Harlem Shake that brings the field for home. Tanya racing in second. On the inside it's Adorada, Good Time Girl. Chinga's coming up the middle. Deeper out we got Tambalang, then comes Icy Fire, being followed by Fear Not, and behind that we got Quine with 400 metres left to go. Harlem Shake being tackled left by Tanya, right by Good Time Girl. Then it's Fear Not out the back, also starting to kick. Francia is deeper out, and so to Nightingale. Good Time Girl with 200 metres left to go has hit the front. Nightingale is on the chase up the outside. Ching is out the back. Good Time Girl. Nightingale is coming with a late rally, but Good Time Girl goes on to win it. Good Time Girl from Nightingale. Then came Ching and Tanya.
Oh, wonderful for Michael Robinson and Luella, and of course a very good ride by Richard Fourie.
Outstanding. I think since Richard Fourie's been riding for Michael Robinson, changed his life. This is a top rider, Richard Fourie. He really gets the best out of everything that he rides. This is a Royal Air Force, bred by Dr. Davis.
Royal Air Force, that's right.
Nice for him to breed a winner like this.
Group 3 winner.
And owned by Mr. Van Heerden.
I'm very pleased. As you say, the new group of trainers coming through. Well done to Michael. It's certainly a superb win, and he's got to be chuffed with that.
Yeah, I think that you'll find that Nightingale will probably improve from the run. She probably just needed it, and she was given a bit to do.
Yeah, she's a good filly.
Yeah, she's a good filly, but the best filly won the race. Let's go and have a look at Cape Summer Stayers and another young trainer. To the fore, nice for him too, and he's done a great job with this horse, Adam Marcus.
On the outside, we got 3 Balloons is creeping closer, 8 lengths off that leader. 2 away comes Captain Splendid on the inside of Roman Descent. A further 2 back, we find Cape Speed in the yellow, a dozen off the leader. Arch Rivals sitting on the inside. 2 lengths away, we find Derezo, Ultimate Dollar and Balance Sheet gonna whip them in as they straighten up in the Grand West Cape Summer Stayers handicap. 550 metres left to go. Smart Martyrs trying to make each and every corner, winning one. Gothic starts to move in. Royal Badge has got running in him along the inside. Dynastic Power, My World. 3 Balloons, he's coming up the outside, and then comes Captain Splendid. Royal Badge has got driven into the lead with 250 metres left to go, and he's kicked for home. On the chase, we got 3 Balloons out the back. That's starting to wear down the leader. Royal Badge is in front. He's got a 2-length advantage over 3 Balloons, who's trying in second, but Royal Badge had kicked away at the right time. Royal Badge from 3 Balloons. Smart Mart, My World and Roman Descent.
Well, there we go. Wonderful for young Adam Marcus, Pierre Cornet Orfer riding it to Group 3 for them. And another big one for Go Deputy.
Yeah, well, you won 2 of the features on the day, bred by the Armitages.
Yeah, good breeders.
Nice for James Armitage and his team. And certainly nice for the Bowers. You know, they've been long-time owners, and Bagel, nice for them to have a winner. And Adams, they say the youngest trainer in South Africa. That was what I read on the website.
The youngest trainer in South Africa?
Yeah. Is that possible? Anyway, good luck to him.
Good luck to him. Could well be. It's a good question.
Good race.
It's a very good question.
Basil's the oldest jockey in South Africa.
Oldest, yeah, he's oldest.
There's no doubt about that. Yeah. Okay, well, we move on now from there. Laf went to some race course in France, and this is what happens with...
Harry's son.
Yeah, Harry's son. Let's take a look at this.
Yeah, here's a photo of Harry's son, whose racing career was finished, came to an end on Saturday in Deauville. He was running in a listed stake in Deauville before he went to Dubai. I don't know, those that did get to watch the race didn't get to watch the race because the mist was like pea soup, James.
I watched it. You couldn't see it.
You couldn't see a thing. We didn't know what had happened until afterwards. Roy got hold of me, and it severed the back tendon. The horse went into surgery that night. He's got a cast on, he's up and he's about. We just got to watch that nothing goes septic in the next few days. But unfortunately, Harry's son's racing career is over. He'll be coming back to stud in this country. But a sad blow for a really great horse from my perspective, James. You know, Equus champion 2-year-old, he won the Natal 3-year-old. But he'd been out the country 5 months and he still won it.
You know what is sad is he put so much effort into trying to get the whole thing right and get there and do what's best for the horse and try and get it into the right places. And this looked like a lovely race to build up, and he ended up having that happen.
He was really flying at home, but that's what happened. So unfortunately, he'll be coming back here to stud, and the owners will sit and discuss things. But well done to all of them. That they tried, and we failed eventually in the end. But he'd placed in Group 1s internationally, and after a 10-month break, James, he ran second in that Group 2, and he's come back around. He's just a very good horse with a great temperament.
Yeah.
But there was other news. Let's get into brighter news, James.
Well, California Chrome, a very good horse. They put on a race specially for him at Los Alamitos, which is his home training track. Okay, it's an ex-quarter horse track. And they put on the Winter Challenge, $180,000 they put up. They ended up finding 9 horses to take him on. The best bear of the 9 horses was 100, I think.
Oh God! And you get a bear rating like that, but he duly trotted up.
12 legs he put between him and the rest of them. But this is his warm-up for the Pegasus World Cup at the end of January. There's now starting to be talk about the Pegasus World Cup. If you go onto Daily Racing Form, you go and have a look. You've seen what is it?
Sorry, I didn't say anything. Sorry. I just heard something in my ear.
Did Raymond all right in the back there?
Everything right?
Okay, that's fine. Okay, well, that's fine. He tried to wake himself up.
Will it race against the horse who beat it last time?
Yeah, Arrogate. That's running now in the San Pasqual on the first week in January, having a warm-up. And apparently there are a couple that are taking him on. Phil D'Amato's got one. He said, well, he just won a Group 3 with it. He's going to take him on. But Arrogate, he's going for the World Cup, the Pegasus World Cup as a
Should be a great race.
Going to be great fun. So we'll keep you informed about that. The Carlos Pellegrini is the biggest race in Argentina. It's like our July. It was won by a horse called 60s Song, who's by 60s Icon.
Yeah. No, the Carlos Pellegrini is a tough race to win. The Argentinians all look forward to that as the Melbourne Cup affects the Aussies. This affects the RGs.
Yeah, and every big country, every country has a July, and this is their July. And the interesting thing about this horse is bred by Firmamento, but the third dam is by Northfields.
That's fantastic. The influence is there. That's fantastic. Imagine, James, if we had more horses going out. We could spread our wings through the wonderful influence right around the world of racing.
When you see the third dam by Northfields of the winner of the Carlos Pellegrini, Northfields was a champion stallion here. He made a huge impression here. How many of his mares and fillies got out of this country? Maybe a dozen. Maybe a dozen. If that. Mubtahij postponed. They're among the 217 entries for the Dubai World Cup. We're going to start getting ready for the Dubai World Cup now. We'll talk to Mike de Kock early in the new year and find out what's going on. If he'll give us a time, which he's always been very kind to do.
James, sad news about Garrett Gomez.
Garrett Gomez, wonderful jockey. came from nowhere. He was Arizona-born kid, you know, and he was a great jockey, and he passed away. So did Walter Swinburne. You know, there've been
a few of them lately. Yeah.
A few of the real big guys are gone, which is really sad. But Garrett Gomez, two-time Eclipse winner, won 13 Breeders' Cups. But his ride, the best ride of his, what was it?
When he beat Zenyatta.
Zenyatta, when he rode Blame to beat Zenyatta.
Was
Mike Smith.
Who would you put the blame on?
Well, I'd blame Mike Smith, who rode Zenyatta.
Yeah.
But anyway, he never won a Triple Crown race, unfortunately. But he was a wonderful rider, Garrett Gomez, and well respected, loved by everyone. And it's so sad to see a guy like that going.
Yes.
Talking about good things that happen, Newmarket Legends of the Turf. They had
Is it like a Hall of Fame thing?
Yeah. Hall of Fame, they put these plaques on the sidewalk at Newmarket, and they've got Frankel, they've got Henry Cecil, and they inducted 7 new inductees. Steve Cawthon was one of them. Doug Smith, who was a champion jockey, 5-time champion jockey. Bahrain, St. Simon, who was trained by Matt Dawson at Heath House. Now, Heath House is where Mark Prescott trains.
Yeah.
And Matt Dawson trained this horse in St. Simon 1886 to win the Derby, and he was a huge influence on the bloodlines that we have today. So they asked Mark Prescott to come, Sir Mark, to come and do the handing out of these plaques, and that. They had a whole lot of school kids there.
Well, King Charles II, what happened there?
He was inducted as well. He was one of the great racing men of his time, King Charles II. He certainly, you know, was part of the racing industry, so he got inducted. So they've inducted everyone, but the most interesting of the lot was probably a chap called Alfie Westwood.
Alfie Westwood. I have no idea who Alfie Westwood is.
Well, Alfie Westwood was a jockey, and not a very good jockey.
Not?
Okay. No. Not a very good jockey at all, Alfie.
What did he get inducted for?
When he gave up riding, he went and became the guide at the National Horse Racing Museum. So if any of you out there have been to the National Horse Racing Museum, you will remember Alfie Westwood. He is the most charming man. And as jockeys are all small, but impish fella, and he'd take you around and show you around the National Horse Racing Museum. Knew everything about it.
Is he still alive?
Passion, his life. No, he died last year, and they inducted him into this lot, which I think is fabulous. You know, there's so many people in this industry worldwide that most people wouldn't even give a second thought to.
Yeah.
So when you're inducting people like this, and it's a great idea too.
Yeah, we should have it here.
Absolutely.
We should have it here.
There's no doubt. There are people.
You and I would be in the front runners.
We would not be anywhere to be seen, I can tell you.
I thought we'd be front runners,
I assure you we wouldn't be anywhere to be seen. But that doesn't matter. We're not here for the accolades and the
allocates.
We're
not here for the allocates.
No allocates.
No allocates for us.
Accolades and the awards. We're rather here to have an interview with Chook. Rowena Smith.
You know, what a wonderful person. You know, she's the most helpful. I'm pleased that people are going to get to know who Rowena Smith is. She comes out here and she's just a superstar.
Yeah, and if you go to Australia to Magic Millions and you need anything, even if you need some information, if you need her to bid on a horse, Rowena Smith is the person to help you. Apart from you, obviously, who's the representative in South Africa, but you work very closely with her.
Very closely with Chook.
I must tell you, it was quite interesting because she wasn't a keen starter on doing this interview at all, but she did it, and it's come over very well indeed, and thanks to Rowena and Magic Millions, and you'll see what type of week they put together for this this big sale of theirs in January, because we go through the whole thing, and it's very, very interesting. So all of you fans out there, from Paul and me, we wish you a very Merry Christmas. We want to thank all the staff in the back room who helped put together the show, because they do an enormous amount of work.
Absolutely.
Raymond Spielberg Rogers, you know, without him,
there's no show. There's no party without punch.
No, that's right. But we need a lot of punch when we got to come on the show with him.
Yeah.
We need to drink a lot of punch.
The team behind us need all the allocates.
From us, have a great festive season. Enjoy yourselves. We'll see what we can do next week, but we're not sure we'll be here. And if we are, it will be a compilation of a whole lot of stuff that's gone through the year. And look after yourselves, enjoy the racing because it's all holiday time and we're all horse racing fans, so have a wonderful time and give your horses lots of love. Until the new year, from James and Paul, have a good one. Well, it's not often we get to speak to pretty Australians because there are not many of them, but Rowena Smith, she fits into that category, and she's with us here in South Africa on a trip from Magic Millions. She's a New South Wales representative for Magic Millions, and Magic Millions, one of our headline sponsors, they're a great team out there.
Yeah, thank you, James. Thanks for having me. Yes, we're a very good team. We've Vin, our managing director, has pulled together a really great team over the last couple of years since he's been in charge, and it's been quite successful because we've obviously gone ahead in leaps and bounds, and yeah, it's been good for me. I've been working with them for just over 12 months, so it's been fantastic.
You started off with Oz Horse, and that's how we all met you from South Africa, because you were actually advertising the Australian horse in South Africa, and then made the move to Magic Millions. Was it a forward career move or backward move?
No, absolutely forward career. I don't think you'd want to go backwards, but I'd been with Oz Horse for 8 years, and there was it was just time for a change, and obviously there was an opening at Magic Millions, and it was a nice fit for me. So gone into a role there as the New South Wales representative in our Sydney office. So I haven't had to move too far. I've stayed in Sydney, and it's been fantastic. I travel to the all of our sales around Australia, and it's beneficial for me, and I hope that it's beneficial for Magic Millions. That's great.
Rowena, getting back to the beginning of your life in bloodstock, how did you get involved in the first place?
My family, I grew up in a little place called Frogmore, which is 4 hours west of Sydney. And my family, my father is very passionate about horses. He's a sheep farmer and a cattle farmer and cropping, but his hobby is horses. And we got involved with some family friends through horses. And Dad has always raced a few and had a few brood mares. And his love of it sort of was, it's a bit of a, I guess it's like a bug. Once you get the bug, you can't get rid of it. And I just would always sit and watch the races with Dad and enjoy listening to all the breeding side of it, and it just went from there. And I was fortunate to fall on my feet 9 years ago when a position came up with Oz Horse. So that's how it's come. I haven't been in it for a long time, but I've always had a passion for it, so it's been fantastic.
And Oz Horse gave you an opportunity to travel around the world, because basically you marketed the Australian racehorse all over the world.
We did. Obviously, having one of the best sprinters in the world, we did travel a lot. So South Africa, I was fortunate to get the South African gig and came over here numerous times, plus went to Singapore and Hong Kong. But Oz Horse does travel everywhere to try and, just talk about the positives of buying Australian horses and their success around the world. I mean, at the moment we have the top-rated mare in the world with Winx. So, and of course she's a graduate of our sale too. So 9-time Group 1 winner. So it's not hard. The winning post is a very good marketing.
Well, Winx is a phenomenal filly. We follow her progress here, and she made the front cover of your big January sale.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, why wouldn't she when she's on top of the world? She's a very good ambassador, or not ambassador, but an advertisement for us.
Is she going to travel outside Australia?
I don't know. There's talk of it, but I'm not sure. She's obviously worth a lot of money, and whether she goes outside of Australia, I don't know. I mean, there's Royal Ascot, and who knows? We're not altogether sure yet.
Magic Millions has produced some phenomenal horses over the years.
Well, we have. I mean, it's been a really good couple of years for us. So we've won many Group 1s. Where we had Buffering win in Dubai. You were probably there to see Buffering come home.
Yeah.
And then we've had 11 of the past, we've had 11 Golden Slipper winners since 2000. So the Golden Slipper winner this year was Capitalist, and out of our sales. So yeah, we've done particularly well over the years.
The other thing that Magic Millions, I think, were maybe the architects of was the Magic Millions race, which you hold over sales time, and it's a 2-year-old race for a very, very big stake.
Yeah, so it's a $10 million race day, and it was launched. The first year running of it was 2016, so this year, and we've had there's 7 races that are worth $1 million and more. So it's not such bad prize money. The 2-year-old race is the $2 million race for 2-year-olds, and then on top of that is the women's bonus. So it's a new initiative that started a couple of years ago by Katie Page, just to recognise women in the industry, and they're pushing all the registrations of all women-owned horses to go into the race, and the first woman-owned horse to come home is $325,000 in prize money, on top of the $2 million prize if it wins, of course. So it doesn't have to come first to get the prize money.
Quite interesting you talk about women in racing. Gay Waterhouse seemed to really latch onto this, didn't she? She formed women's syndicates.
Absolutely.
Tell us a bit about that.
Oh, well, Gay, I mean, she's one of our best trainers in Australia, and she's so passionate about it, and she's a very, very good advertisement for any of our racing. She's the trainer of a horse that's Barry, a couple of weeks ago, alluded to in his interview with Laff, and said that she's a 2-time Group 1 winner. Her name is Global Glamour, and she was purchased by one of your South African friends, James Bester. And Gay is her trainer. So Gay has always had success in the carnival and has a lot of success with youngsters. So it's nice to see her come through with obviously a graduate of ours, and with having all the women behind her. I mean, of course, seeing Gay have her success, it's easy for women to join in on her crew and come through. It's fantastic.
It's an amazing concept, because she seems to have said to the women, listen, your men go and work very hard for their money, now spend a little bit on us so that we can have some fun.
Absolutely. Well, in Global Glamour there's 40 women involved from 7 countries. So she's done very well, and of course the women are so excited. They're probably going to come out and see her run in the 3-year-old race in January. So, and hopefully they'll go in again and have another go. So it's a great initiative, and it's kudos to Katie Page, our owner at Magic Millions, for putting together the initiative, because it just means there's more people coming through. I think initially there was 100 registrations for the women's race for the horses, and that's gone up to 165 this year. So it's only positive.
Okay, let's talk now about Magic Millions and the Gold Coast Magic Millions, which is your big one, middle of January. There are a lot of events that come with it, and the one obviously that's close to my heart is polo, because I obviously have had an interest in polo, but you've got some very good polo players coming.
We do. So it's a week-long event. It's one of them. It's on the major event on the Queensland calendar every year, and 2017 is the first year of a launch of the polo. Katie Page just wanted something else just to add to the event, and also Jerry Harvey, and polo was the right fit. So we have major international stars coming, so Nick Rowland from the US, and also, I can never pronounce his name correctly, but you know him well.
Navijo Estrada. Yeah.
Yes,
his father was
Alejandro
Navijo Estrada.
Yes.
Have you ever met him?
I haven't, but I'm quite looking forward to meeting him in January.
You certainly will look forward to meeting him. A dashing Argentinian polo player. There's no better looking men in the world.
We also have Francesca Comani playing.
Yeah.
Who you would all know, and Zara Phillips, Rob Archibald, who is also an Australian polo player, and his brother Jack. So there's 2 games that will be played on the day. So there's the top tier, as you could say, and then we have the second game that's played by Australia's World Cup team for 2017.
Yeah, and celebrities have Francesca and Zara Phillips playing. Both of them are equestrians. Francesca was probably better known as the daughter of Luca Kamane.
Yeah.
And Zara Phillips was Princess Anne's daughter,
Correct.
who was a great equestrian herself.
Yeah.
So that just adds so much spice to a week of horse sales.
Absolutely. Well, they're both ambassadors for the sales. So Zara Phillips is our racing and women's ambassador, and Francesca is an ambassador for the carnival as well. So it's quite fitting, and it's nice to see the women on the horses on the polo day. So it'll be good. Hopefully they can play well.
Well, they're probably out there practicing, and there's nothing
so.
better than a game of polo. In fact, there was an English woman who was a very good polo player called Sue Tomlinson. In her day, she was obviously we start sort of regressing, but Navija Estrada, he played in the team that his father played in the team that I played in Argentina for Eduardo
Maybe we'll
Moore.
have to have a Masters game next year for you, James.
Well, if there's a Masters game, I might come out of retirement, but it would have to be all the Masters, and James Bester would have to play.
Fantastic.
Talking about James Bester,
Well,
because he
team.
knows how to play polo, James Bester.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so we'd have to get him on a pony as well. I wouldn't go up without him. But the rest of and it's weeks, it's not just days. You people make a proper go of the sales.
Well, it's a lot of organising, and as I said, the launch is the polo,
Yeah.
and then there's obviously days of inspections for the horses for the yearling sales, and we then carry into the barrier draw for the 2 and 3 year old races. That's held on the foreshore at the beach. We have horses running up the beach at the Gold Coast, which is magnificent. It's a beautiful location, obviously, and the weather's nice. So we have that on the Tuesday morning, and then there's the launch of the carnival, the sales on the Tuesday night, which is a lovely party and always good fun. And then, of course, the sales kick off on Wednesday morning early. So it's huge, followed by the race day on Saturday.
Well, let's talk a bit about some of your sponsors. And I know that Jeep is a big sponsor of yours. You have some very good sponsors of Magic Millions.
Jeep is one of our major sponsors for the year. We have carnival sponsors and we have polo sponsors. So it's all, there's a number of sponsors that are involved. We have a whiskey sponsor as well coming in this year, and we also have a overseas investor that have been doing it for quite some time in Jules. So we try to get the local sponsors, but when people come from overseas, obviously our carnival is making headlines everywhere. So it's always important, I guess, to have that recognition and that people are happy to come on board. But Jeep is a major sponsor of ours.
It's a fun event, and all to do with Jerry Harvey. I think he started the whole thing off, didn't he? He bought Magic Millions it was almost a bankrupt concern, wasn't it? And started it off.
Well, it was. I wouldn't say it was going bankrupt, but it was going through a tough time, I guess. And since Jerry's been in charge, he's just turned it around. And yeah, we're going particularly well at the moment. So it's nice to be involved in an organisation that's going well, and it's exciting. It's exciting times ahead.
Now, for South African investors, as I said, it comes in the middle of January, which is a very good time. How do they get hold of you, or do they talk to LAF? Who do they chat to? Look,
it's I'm always on my email, and I'm on my phone as well. So I'm the first point of contact for a lot of clients, and a lot of people know me well. So I'm happy for people to contact me directly. Obviously, Paul, he's here, so it's with the time difference, it is sometimes difficult. But I'm always on my email and available, and it's the same with Barry, because a lot of people would know Barry since he's been coming out here as well. But more than happy to make contact with people and assist where we can. We know that people will have a really good time when they come out, and they'll like what they see when they come. So it's yeah.
Well, I can vouch for that. We've had a good time. Rowena, thank you so much for joining us here on Winning Ways as one of our headline sponsors. We love having you in town, and we really look forward to being able to get over there as soon as possible. But for those of you out there who would like to go to Australia and go and have a look at the Magic Millions Book One sale, it's their big sale. There's some beautiful horses on it. Barry Bardich will have alluded to what is a fabulous catalogue, and maybe you can buy a Winx there, because there's always one, and there's often a lot more than one. But if you'd like to go, you get a hold of either LAF or Rowena Smith. We'll give you their emails on the bottom of the screen, and have a good time, because that's what life's all about. Get out there and enjoy yourself. Until next time, enjoy yourselves.
Your world of winners is now online at www.teletrack.com. Simply subscribe to log into your account from any mobile device in South Africa and access a wide variety of content from our membership package options. Listen in via a live audio stream, catch live racing locally and internationally, or view a wide variety of Teletrack magazine shows to stay informed and updated on the go at any time. It's never been easier. Go to teletrack.com now.